This is from a poem called The Wasteland. Unreal city, under the brown fog of a winter dawn, a crowd flowed over London Bridge, so many. I had not thought death had undone so many. Sighs, short and infrequent, were exhaled, and each man fixed his eyes before his feet. Flowed up the hill and down King William Street, to where St. Mary Woolnoth kept the hours, with a dead sound on the final stroke of 9, so people trudging along, going to work, doing the next thing, the next thing. When you get very busy, really, really pressured, one of the responses can be, all right, I'm just not going to think about why I'm doing this, no bigger picture for a while, I'm just going to do this thing and the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And one can live a whole work life that way, and be reasonably all right. And then another take on this. I walk into the gym, and there they are, the cardio bots, half human, eyes fixed on banks of televisions and ears glued to iPods as they scale imaginary mountains or jog down simulated country roads. How driven they seem. Each one of them seems to exist in his or her own universe, oblivious to the rest. When did working out turn into tuning out? How did the pursuit of physical fitness come to resemble a quest for spiritual numbness? Another animal-like realm. According to that author, people have different responses to working out. Not always that one. So that's lower realm. We also have upper realm. And this is called God realm. And this happens to be an Indonesian rendering of it. So that's why you have the headdresses. And this is a more traditional Indian rendering of it. So the Devas float around. Well, obviously, these are not gods in the Western sense. This is a mental realm, with Devas pictured as not really having bodies. They've left their bodies. And they're, everything is just fine. There are no problems. One of the ways of talking about somebody being completely out of it, from whatever, is feeling no pain. So this is the least painful of the realms. And it's also described as having a really bloated ego, which happens when you're really out of it, or can happen. So everything is in me, and it's just fine, and beautiful sense sounds. Or I suppose the academic version is everything is part of my theory. Yeah, well, right, a pothead as opposed to an occasional intelligent leader who hasn't, we hope, lost it. And you know the difference when, see, I've been saying for meditation, include, so aren't you going to get into this? Well, you know the difference when you're not in such a state, when you see someone in such a state, that they are, if they say, oh, I need you, that, or what you just said is just part of my theory, that they're not actually in contact with you. So it's a sort of ignorant, that ignorant look. And the traditional talk about this is it's not very painful, except for the people you're interacting with, but it's also not permanent. And talk about the gods, they're long-lived, it seems to last aeons and aeons. And then they start to smell their armpits. I don't know how that was fixed on, and they realize that they're rotting. And they know that they've used up all their good karma hanging out like this, and they're headed down, and they freak out, and then leave the tent. So the secret here is that for both actually animal and God realm, one can't keep ignoring forever. Stuff is going to get through. Next realm. Underneath the gods are the jealous gods. Suras, again, not our notion of gods. In neither of these realms, for example, do you feel godlike in the psychological state, in the sense of feeling powerful, I can fix everything. The jealous gods, traditional image, is that they're underneath the gods, and the bottom of this tree that comes up the god realm is there, and they're jealous, and they want to go out and get some of the action, and they fight to get it. So they're comparing their state to other states, they're jealous, and here they are fighting. The world looks like that. There's stuff coming at you, and you have to fight it and conquer it and get ahead. So it's a world of there are things that are better than and worse than, and how am I going to beat out the other? And everyone who is here has been in that at least a little bit, or has felt has felt people around them being that way, competing. And what do I do? Am I going to fall into the competition or not? Or those people there aren't competing. Ha! Ahead of them. It's an upper. This just occurred to me this morning. Sort of white collar aggression, as opposed to chopping people up like you're wanting to in the hell realm, is sort of go around the edges, get to them. So what do you do with the object and those kinds of? What does that other turn into? The opponent, right? But you don't have to. You're not trying to annihilate them the way you are hell realm or run madly away from them. You might be ignoring them. not going to just say, oh, well, that guy doesn't exist. Well, that's your, what is it that top executives have to deal with when someone else comes on the scene manufacturing the same widget? That's competition. So, competitor, competition. Now, the secret is that winning increases the competitiveness and actually the competition. So the higher you climb, you will all climb high, and what's going to happen is more and more people are going to want to compete with you. It works that way. Uneasy is the head that wears the crown. When it's within this kind of realm, and we have a lot of that going on. We have finally come to what we all are, human. Human is the upper realm of movement and passion, and this is the best realm to be in. Hard one over beyond doing good things. And here is what humans look like. So what do we have in human realm? Well, intelligence to question, see problems, and to have great ideals. Ideals about how to solve the problems and to overcome all this other stuff and it all work. And there's a problem that one keeps cycling from realm to realm to realm because, as you've just seen, it doesn't all work because there's confusion along with the intelligence, and it goes in a circle. This kitty is chasing its own tail. Have you ever seen a cat do it? And this is frozen, but faster and faster and faster, and they're sort of grabbing the tail, but they're moving the tail when they move. And this is what's called samsara, and we think that's all there is. Because we're trapped in what I'm now calling, because I think it'll communicate to you, but maybe it won't, a particular program that has its own rules and its own way of working. So when you're stuck in a particular program, you don't know how to escape from it. That's it. And that becomes the whole world. But there are other things, there are other ways that this, little gadgets like that can work. There are other programs that run on them. So here we are circling around and around, and this is one traditional way of looking at that. So in the middle, that's the thing that's in the middle of that realms that I've been showing you. That's a cock, a rooster, and a pig, and a snake. And guess which one represents ignorance? Yeah, and aggression. Remorse than the snake. And the idea of the rooster is it's got sharp claws and it goes after things and grabs them. And then you've got figures, going down and then lining up again, and crashing down and going up again, just goes round and round. Okay, this is another kind of image of that. And when you're going round and round, not that much new is happening. So if you look, there are lots of different competing traditional lists of how, of what the fourth skandha habits are, the samskaras, and there aren't any more than 60 of them. There are 52. Oh, there are 54. You guys are wrong. There are 54. And you may notice as you meditate that the same things keep coming to mind again. The same, if you're anxious again, anxious yet again. That one again. Flat tail and profitable, boring, or worse. Ooh. Has your circle ever looked like that? So, not only boring, but actually painful. Now, humans are a kind of fertile stew of wisdom as well as confusion. And I want to read you ads. They're so clever. This just gets at the human predicament so perfectly. All right. There will always be coffee that tastes like drain cleaner, VCRs that devour tapes, and computers that crash, not you. We'll forever share this planet with potholes, flight delays, and undelivered wake-up calls. You can see the audience that this ad is aimed at. And yes, there's always going to be that one guy at work who rises to the top by making bad decisions and playing good golf. Maybe he works at FEMA. But when you're sitting in the absolute comfort of a Mercedes-Benz SL, and your foot meets the accelerator, and you feel that sudden rush of adrenaline as its 5-liter V8 engine takes you from standstill to 60 in 6.1 seconds, it suddenly hits you. The world is an altogether perfect place. Turn the ignition key, shift into drive, press foot firmly on the throat of mediocrity. Now, what this does, it says, all right, you're human, you have intelligence, you notice there's some things wrong. And you know that there's another view of this in which the world is an altogether perfect place, or you could say it in your own words. And you don't know how to get from one to the other. So, all right, gang, we'll tell you how, buy our product, or do whatever we tell you to do. And the only thing that's the matter, according to this view, is that little connecting link has a problem with it. And that's the way the ad looks. So you can tell this is a high-class, just black and white. So the Mercedes won't do it for you. But, okay, tune in next time, Karma and how to break out of the wheel altogether. I'll be there from after class until 5, so anytime this evening. Oh, yes, okay. Yes, yeah. Oh, no, why don't you email me the situation? What's your name? Yeah, are you, so you're signed up now for study, and you want to do your letter grade? Yeah, that's possible. No, you can't do anything now, but you can email me, and then what you're going to do is drop the 199, and I will put you, when you email me something, I will put you in class. And if I can't get you into class, if they've done something other to it, then I'll give you a course code to register. Oh, yes, yes. One of those ways, yes, yes, yes. And also the diploma. Yeah, yeah, yes.
Costly to implement, but once it's done, it works very well. Now, the competitor is a local company, Oracle, and just a few years ago, this slide had all three of these. PeopleSoft bought a Denver company called J.D. Edwards, and Oracle, as you know, in the last year, bought PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft is exactly what it sounds like: banking, hotels, hospitality management, universities. They did ERPs for things that used a lot of people. J.D. Edwards, the way they competed was SAP is huge and very expensive. J.D. Edwards will sell you small parts of things a little bit cheaper. Okay, next slide. Now, manufacturing is on there. We don't know anything about accounting yet because we haven't studied it, but if I have a Ford Explorer factory that's ordering up 15 steering wheels from the steering wheel guy, you can imagine that it's very easy for the accounting system to generate the paperwork that says, prepare to pay this guy at the end of the month. Sales information is on there, and a lot of HR stuff, such as keeping track of who needs to be on which shift and who has vacation when. Next slide. Okay, next up, 2 lectures on service operations. Thank you. And I'm still a minute ahead of time. It's only 1:59.